Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. Now, remember, I said the text told me I can set anytime I want, anytime at all. So I'm going to put in the weed number and hopefully get berated by doing that. 4:20, your favorite time of day. Or could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? Yeah, I guess the game doesn't know. After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 4:20 is. Let's use another slider to find out. It's mostly inaccurate. You know, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. Me too. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data so I can sell your ads. Wish we had more sliders, but we gone for all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me whip up a couple of new ones. Should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. Hell yeah. So I know of a few endings I can get.
No matter how hard,
because it's like at the point where I won't know. So there's like one ending where you like clip out of a window. In fact, like I kind of got close to it, but I didn't try to walk through the window. I think it's this chair, ain't it? Yeah, and you go like whoop, and you go, and you just fucking leave.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
Yeah.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
The void.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option?
I'm going to do it.
Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected Continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Look, I gotta see the other side. I got to.
Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Yeah, I
Click
saw
the door
it.
5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes.
Yeah, 50
almost
clicks.
certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
317.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Is that my door? I can't. 437? Oh, there it is.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Yeah, about.
Now, back to door number 437.
Oh shit, somebody spilled the bean juice. You said 437, right?
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine. All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
I mean, he did give an achievement out for...
Now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Oh, that's why his desk is so
this
easy.
This is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
I'm starting to think door 416... Okay, thank fuck. Doesn't exist. Because I don't see it anywhere. Bad news, this is door 416 right here.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
So I guess it's broken for right now. But we're going to see some new content, so it's good. Yeah, I actually had to look it up. So apparently it reverts back to door 416 in the future. But for now, it's just busted completely. Oh god, another elevator raid.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Super Mega Deluxe!
I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Hell yeah.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
I don't know, ain't that
Calling
also...
it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe?
Just the two
what
of
does it
us.
even mean?
We can make
But the
it if
Stanley
we try,
Parable
just
2,
the two
now
of us.
That's an artistic
Just the two of
statement
us.
right there.
Just the
it's
two of us.
future-oriented.
Building
It screams
castles
progress
in the
and
sky.
innovation and
Just the
long-term
two of us.
franchising potential.
You and I. I haven't heard the song for so long that I forgot how it got. Oh shit. Crow. A crow book. Oh, dope. Fan art. I think that's fan art.
More TSB, better TSB. 1 win, 2 win. So 1 and 2, big win.
Fucking clipboard.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Crab. Portal 2. Half-Life 2. Batman Arkham Asylum 2 City. Divinity Original Sin Doom 2. Aladdin 2 Eternal No feature. Oh, new content, boss. I like how there's no one hit. Oh shit. I don't like being this wide, echoily Lucas.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Oh shit, my name. Hear your name in game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
It better
Isn't
say
that
idiot,
wonderful?
please.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself.
Hey Lois,
living as
this is
Jim,
like that time I was
sleeping
playing
and waking
Fallout
as
4
Jim, falling
and
in
Codsworth
love and
said
being
Ass
heartbroken
Master
as Jim.
520.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name.
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally, dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim. Do you feel it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Yeah, I can see the
So,
colt
then
dagger
please
they
step
about to
forward
stab
and press
into
the
me.
button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill!
What
What a
a
rush! That was
feeling.
you! The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
I am the Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
I just need one more hit.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim.
Yeah,
I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
it just fucking slunked away. Well, I mean, Jim did develop a crippling substance addiction. So I'm just trying to roleplay Jim. He has a very addictive personality. Like saying his name
I
too
suppose
much.
I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Do I go off the back end? That's his epilogue. I ain't going to the epilogue. A whole new office. Red is the new orange. The new updated ray trace, more of the same, but in a good way. New features, new content, new ideas. Jump circle, infinite hull. Reassurance-bolkat.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on
That just
Get
makes me
Well
think of
Someday
SCP,
and
the-
Happy 12th
the peanut
Birthday.
SCP.
Which would you go with?
Get well someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get well someday it is.
Fuck you. Oh
Oh,
god.
actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Breathe. No, please easy achievement.
Jump
You know
circle.
what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Look, Mr. Narrator, I have addictive personality. And I'm going to see that bucket.
It's bucket time.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it
What's the
engendered
bucket?
a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game.
There's
It's
the bucket.
Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart.
Yeah, so give it.
True.
Give it.
As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be?
I need a hammer.
The bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it?
It's a really
The
nice
glow
bucket.
of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact,
Come on,
can I
bucket,
say
let's
that
go.
I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
It really did.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they?
Yeah.
All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Well, I'm kind of just going to keep the bucket. Okay, thank fuck that thing didn't close.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I'm just going to see what's over here.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Oh shit, I'm up here.
I want to see the infinity hut.
I want new achievement. Collectible in-game collector.
Get yours right now. Pull the lever. Receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just fucking works.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
I feel like I'm about to set a nuke off.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley. But I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel, to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Please work collectible.
Can you find them? Can you find them? Can you find them?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Collect them all. Only you can find them. Oh, door closed. You rat
God,
bastard.
it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Well, I guess I can see the infinite hole.
Or I could go up there and see where that staircase takes you, which might be the infinite hill. Setting world champion, okay.
Aha! I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done. You've experienced
They would
every
never
setting,
set the setting
traveled
slider
to all
to
corners
every
of the
possible
settings menu.
setting.
There's nothing you haven't seen. So, just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
I didn't expect this, honestly. It's not in the game yet, so I can't turn it on. But I'm going to slide that baddie. Just keeps going and 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 going and
Stanley,
going.
here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Do I? I'm going with this. This is Stanley Parable! Oh shit.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Why? Is the hole not infinite?
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
a
a
liar
fucking
and a
liar.
cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Okay,
Great.
then.
Now, I'm very excited to Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
Yeah.
I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
I mean, like, technically
Had
it
enough?
is an infinite
I'm
hole
positively
as long as you
thrilled.
consider, like, the
I
entire
really do
world
have so
part
much
of it.
more to show you. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is.
Oh.
How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
I hope it just like fills up the room.
Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley.
You
I hope
bastard.
you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
What's going on out there? Oh. Finally got away from that prick. Hell yeah. How many vine thuds am I going at to that fucking thing? Oh.
Stanley!
Yeah?
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland.
I was
But we
big
can't have
chillin',
that, Stanley,
dog.
Because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
So I believe the exit's over here. I thought the exit was over here. Oh wait, there it is. Yeah, I believe I visited everything.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Go in his barn.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
Big
Yes, I
bulk.
know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
That's it.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
I mean, let me get in there.
Okay,
I gotta
yes,
collect the collectibles.
Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
I mean, there's
Who am I
more
kidding,
slopes.
Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could.
Yeah, I don't think
But it
that would
need
ever
a
work. I
really,
mean, who would
really
buy it?
Tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Okay, I'm back. I had to spin my soup. I already cooked it. I was just, putting it on low so it can, finish. And, you gotta spin your soup every once in a while.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
I'm just gonna skip the intro. It doesn't really seem to be changed besides the balloon. And hey, I can see the visual changes and whatnot.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket?
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Motherfucker. Oh, it's back. Well, I could do it now, but,
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yeah.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
Closet.
Perhaps his boss's office was where... Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can
No.
feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as
my
clear as
bucket.
day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults
Real bucket
simply in
hours.
order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really
Hey,
tell
fuck
the
you, broom closet.
the
This
mean
bucket's my
comments.
cum bucket.
Expand on the wide variety of
Suck my
experiences
ass,
you and the
eat my
bucket have shared
hole.
together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Suck my hole. This is the best bucket ever. I fucking love him. Look at him, wooden handle.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go.
Yeah.
There. Now it's settled.
My bucket.
No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your
Eat my
meandering
ass,
philosophical
broom closet,
diatribes
you know.
about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
It's real bucket hours now. I echo every time I
Coming to a
talk.
staircase, Stanley
It's a
and the
bit
bucket
weird,
walk
honestly.
upstairs. Stepping in.
Yeah, so I looked up some ways to get endings because I figured I was done with like most things. So like, I only look at the first part of them. I don't know where I'm supposed to go exactly. But I could be in the broom closet, hang out with my bucket. So I guess I'm just like going back to the start or something. Maybe something will illuminate my idea, my view. Maybe I jump out window. I wonder what happens if you jump out the window. Seems like it would be pretty fucking cool. Oh. Just in case you wanted to try, no narrator. Oh. Okay. I guess I'm just going to the void. You are now leaving. Leaving Smeven. Should I go or should I stay? I really just have no clue. What floor was I going to? Like floor 760? I think that was a number in it. 757. I don't know, just kind of weird, kind of isolating to not have the narrator. I mean, yeah, he was a cunt, but, like, he was my cunt. One more floor and I'm home free. This is just so bizarre. I just fucking, like, let him walk into a room, then I just, like, closed the door behind him and just abandoned him. I mean, the door is the only... Okay, I got a new frame of reference. When you walk into the void, you want to know where you're walking. And how far you're walking. What? Go on now, Bucket. I love you. Good Bucket. Good Bucket. Hello, my buckety friend. I guess that means I should do the ending without the bucket.
So what, the narrator's gonna beat my ass now?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stepping in...
Fuck you, narrator. I need to go free with the bucket. Okay, time to be with my bucket. So when does the escape pod, become real? There we go. Escape pod day is real near. I like how the bucket gets like this emotional fucking thing. Meanwhile, Stanley is just like, yep, done. I'm out
All
this
of his
bitch.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So I still want to get those, non-deluxe endings.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not
And
the
I
correct
think
way
what
to
it
the
is
meeting room. Stanley knew it.
having the bucket in your hands
Perhaps he wanted to stop
is
by
how
the
you get
employee
the
lounge first, just to
non-fuss
admire it.
game endings. So like, just bringing the bucket with you like
Truly
changes
a
them.
room worth admiring.
And who would that be?
Stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Okay, where is she? Whammon. Oh shit.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another,
I mean,
then pick up the
this
phone.
kind of looks like something.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Yeah,
No, that wasn't
Rooney.
supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
I just saw
You
the
actually
outlet.
chose incorrectly. I didn't
I
know
saw
that was
the outlet.
possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action.
Boog.
How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible.
What
I
did you
can't
see,
believe
dog?
it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Yeah.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did
Shit,
you not
dog, it
grasp
just felt
the
right.
severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For
Look,
example,
it's my
in this
choice to
scenario,
boil my nuts.
A hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember
how to
that
read,
unlike
fuck
here,
books.
the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their
I mean,
thought,
they could just
then
be a
provide an
weirdo.
excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack."
Back sack and crack my nuts over your fucking eyes.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember, that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and
Yeah.
the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome
Oh,
back. You may
no.
have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Oh. He barricaded the stuff. Oh, shit. Was that supposed to happen? Door handle broken. I think I did the incorrect. Like, I just tripped. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm gonna get that collectible
Stanley
real
was
quick.
so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, that's how you do it correctly.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't
Okay.
buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay, I understand you.
But
Okay. Five Nights at Freddy's. Is this where you wanna be? Five Nights at Freddy's. That's where I wanna be. Okay, so stairs.
coming to
So
a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another
Stanlerines.
Stanlerine under your belt.
well, I got a miniature Stanny.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of
I'm a
facing
fucking
his boss,
coward.
admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all.
ain't crazy.
That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday
No.
bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps.
Nope, my
How
name's
did
on
I
it.
end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very
I mean, I did send the bucket off
Now
into
he felt
space.
himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room,
Bucket.
passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of
Bucket,
them were
bucket,
his
bucket.
special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks.
He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him.
He's
all
fucking
along.
dead.
It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Give me some laxatives and I get that bucket straight out.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him.
Yeah.
Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
The end is never the end, is never the
All
end,
of his
is never
co-workers
the
were
end,
gone.
is never the end.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine
Yeah, that would
the
be
main character
bad.
dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with
Oh, what
reality.
do you mean? Everything looks normal. It all looks fine. It's good, Shay. Do not lie. If you're lying right now, fucking stop. Did I just see something
Almost
fucking
there.
phase?
You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
I don't think Stanley
I'm
would
quite
do that,
sure
though.
You'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Entering the door on my left.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly,
Oh.
hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Oh, no. Okay, I entered the door on my left. Everything's fine. Everything's... Oh.
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think
pleasure.
was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work?
Oh.
I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do?
That's
What
a
do I
nice
do?
couch.
What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Oh, hello. Oh, no.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
Yeah.
You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you.
A man
That
chooses,
there's a world
a
outside of
Stanley
you.
obeys.
You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would.
But
That
my
means
lip.
choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fuck you, Mr. Narrator.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Every time the game cuts to black, I always think it's going to be like the Simpsons
No!
where Homer,
Why did you do
CGI
that?
Homer,
Quickly,
goes
hurry
into the real world.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Hello, boss. Why is it green?
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was
Night
this the
Shark
code to open the
115.
door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115. I can't speak.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Stanley is a mute.
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Yeah.
You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step. Okay, fine. You're not going to do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right.
I did.
You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
take as much time as you need.